Hi guys, it's Bella here and we are going thrifting today. I literally just got back to LA yesterday and it is 9 a.m. and we're already at the thrift store because I was so excited to come back to the LA thrifts. I have some snacks with me, of course, and also water, very important, but actually I don't really like drinking plain water, so I always drink electrolytes. These are the ones I use. It's Dr. Price's electrolytes and it just makes the water taste really good, and electrolytes are really good for you. So anyways, let's go thrift. This parking lot is usually really packed, but luckily I was able to find a spot because I got here so early, which is why I always recommend to get there as early as possible because it really makes a big difference. This thrift store is called Valley Value in LA and I highly recommend it, but just be warned, it gets pretty busy and competitive inside. I'm not looking for anything in particular today, just honestly, anything I see that I like, I will get. First, I spotted this Etienne Anier bag, which is actually the same brand that I use as my everyday go-to bag, and I love my bag so much, but this one was a little big and it was $15, so I decided not to get. This store always has the best prices though, like 4 tags are on sale, so it's really one of the cheapest thrifts I've found. Anyways, first I'm heading to the coats because I'm just really excited for fall already. And I spotted this one with a fur hood, which I love, and I also am a really big fan of the button style on this, so I'm definitely getting it. In the coats, I mostly look for fur, leather, or something that just looks like it has a cute style. I spotted this leather jacket, but it was $25, which is a little much for me, especially because the style was a little plain for my liking, so I passed on it. But I'm just continuing down the coat, and I make sure I look at every single item, because you never know what you could miss. Found this other leather jacket, but it was a little long for my liking, so I passed. And some more fur. Honestly, I feel like maybe I should have looked at this one more, but I went past it. And then yeah, more fur, more leather, but none of these stood out to me. But then I spotted this one. It is a leather jacket, but it has fur inside, and then I realized it was reversible. And this one's only $10, so I definitely got it. This is honestly like one of my best finds of the day. Such a great quality, and it was such a great price too. I don't try things on till the end though because I just want to go through the aisle as fast as possible, especially when it's crowded, and I just want to get out of people's way. But then I broke my nail, and it's honestly so hard for me to grow out my nails when I go thrifting so often because going through the rocks definitely does some damage. But here I am still going through the coats. Honestly, it can take me up to 15 minutes to go through one aisle just because, like I said, I look through every single thing. I found this gorgeous suede fur coat, which is so perfect for fall. And then this brown puffer jacket with the fur hood. This is exactly what I look for in a puffer jacket. Like the length, the fur, so good. I'm heading to the sweaters and long sleeves next because, again, actually I'm kind of shopping for fall in the back of my mind. But when I first get into an aisle, I love to push the clothes back so I have more room to look at everything. I found this sweater, which I kind of like the waist, how it's more cinched like this, and the v-neck, so I'm gonna get her. And then I made this face because I spotted this baby doll sweater. I love anything baby doll, and I just love finding buttons like these. Like, I don't know, something about buttons really adds a lot to a top. I'm always on the lookout for Henleys like these because I include them in my Bella Swan style bundles, so I definitely got this one. And then this little shrug, I love little pieces like these. And then here's a sweater. It looks a little ugly right now, but when I see this kind of neckline, I know that it could possibly be an off-the-shoulder sweater, which I love. So here I am trying to figure out what it looks like, and it indeed was off the shoulder. And it's actually such a great, like, oversized slouchy fit, so I definitely am getting this one. Then I saw this brown cardigan, and I've styled similar ones in the past, so I thought it could be really cute. But it was $18, which kind of makes no sense. I was so surprised because I usually don't see these prices, so I did not get. Then I found this one, and it was actually affordable, but this is another one that it's kind of my go-to. Like, whenever I see a cream cable knit zip up, I love picking her up. Then I saw this sweater, but I was a little unsure about it because it had some glitter sparkles, and then it was $10, so I didn't get, but I kind of regret it now. And this slouchy sweater top, another one of my go-tos. I love these slouchy tops. For some reason, I was unsure here, but it was so cute, and it was half off, so only $6. My last sweater's fine. I think gray cardigans are such a must-have. I've styled so many of these, and they can be styled in so many ways. Next, I headed over to the tank tops, and I'm kind of looking at these in more of a skimming kind of way. I mean, I'm still kind of looking at every piece, but not as in-depth. But then I did spot this cute Y2K one. Was not completely sure about it, but I saved it to try it on later. I did find this tank, and I'm a sucker for anything baby doll style, and I love the brown color, so I definitely got this one. The reason I'm not going as in-depth for the tank tops is because one, summer is ending, so I don't really plan on selling as much, and two, from a business standpoint, I just can't make as much profit from the tank tops, so if it takes me the same amount of time to look through these as it does the coats or sweaters, but I'm not making as much, then it's really not worth it. Here's one of the funkiest finds I found. I don't usually like to hate because, you know, everyone has their own style and whatever works for you works for you. But this was Shein, so I will hate on fast fashion. To give myself a little break from the racks, I headed to the shoes because it's just a different experience. It's more chill. So I'm just looking for anything that stands out to me, honestly, or some boots. I found these boots and I like the fur on them. And the buckles, actually, looking back at this, I think these are really cute. But I think the size was too big, and I'm not as used to selling shoes, so I passed. Then I found some Docs, multiple pairs, but again, they're a little more expensive, and I'm just not as familiar with selling shoes. You can kind of see the vibe that I'm going for with these boots. I keep picking out the fur ones, and these two pairs are actually really similar, but I just couldn't figure out in my head how to style them, so I didn't get any. I headed to the short sleeves next, and sometimes you guys think that my stores only have good clothes, but majority of time, this is what I see. I mean, I just don't film at all. But as you can see, there's nothing good here, and I was just going through this rack of nothing for 15 minutes. Did not have any luck in the short sleeves, so then I headed to skirts again to give my eyes a little break because usually I do sell mostly tops, but sometimes I want a change of scenery, you know. I don't want to be seeing like millions of tops one after another. So I went to the skirts. I found this denim one, but it was missing the button. So, and it was $15. So did not get her. By this time, I was definitely reaching the point where I was getting a little more tired. So I was kind of just like skimming through things, jumping from here to there. I mean, I already looked through all the most important racks to me, which were the coat sweaters and long sleeves, and now I'm just kind of doing my last rounds in these pattern skirts to hopefully find something. Like, I like to look for like ruffles or plaid, even maybe something for a thrift flip, but I was not very successful here. But when I was in this aisle, I didn't record it, but someone came up to me for the first time ever, recognizing me from my TikToks, and oh my god, that literally made my day. I've never experienced that before. I just can't believe that happened. So I'm just so grateful to have this community that I've built and be here, being able to help inspire you guys in any way with when it comes to thrifting or fashion. So thank you for giving me the platform to be able to do this and share what I love with you all. Okay, usually I avoid the pants because it gets a little overwhelming, but I spotted these trousers and they were kind of calling to me, so I got them and they actually fit so well. My last look was at the belts, and they actually surprised me so much. Like this one, I got her, and then this one, I really like the buckle and the pattern. I usually don't have luck in the belts at all, but these ones were so good for some reason today. This one was actually $10 though, so sadly I put her back because that's just a little much for me, especially if I'm gonna sell it. But this one was only $4 and I was planning on keeping it anyways, so I definitely got this one. Now it was time to look for a spot where I could set up my phone and film try-ons. But it got a little intimidating because it was getting so crowded and I don't really like to be in people's way or have them in the back of my video. So honestly, it was really hard to find somewhere. I ended up setting up this little spot here, but as you can see, it's still not the best and I was kind of getting overwhelmed. But I was working with what I had and I still wanted to kind of show everything that I got because, I mean, filming content is a big part of this job for me. So, you know, I was pushing through it. Here's the baby doll cardigan. It's a little longer than I first expected, but we can work with it. Also, it is like a bigger size, so that's why it looks a little weird on me, but I think like we can definitely make it work. Here's the gray cardigan. Like I said earlier, such a great staple. I love wearing it with just the middle two buttons buttoned up. I did not end up trying on this slouchy top because I was a little tired, but here you can see the fit better, and this is what convinced me to really buy it. These next two are definite yeses. Like, I love the chunky sweater vibes and so perfect for fall. These colors are my favorite. Looking back, I actually really like this tank top, but I'm in too much of a fall mindset, so I did not get. But this shrug I love. I feel like it's such a great layering piece. It just adds a little something to an outfit. Okay, I changed filming angles, but honestly this did not help at all. But here's a quick try on of these 3 coats that I got. I wasn't sure of this last one, but I ended up getting it still, and I actually love it. And here's a reversible leather jacket fur coat. I saved the best for last because I was so excited for this one. Like, you know it's good when clothes make you smile like this. It just made me feel so bougie. But anyways, 2.5 hours later, I was ready to check out. I was really tired because I did just land in LA. But I was super happy to have gone thrifting, and the line was really long, but we finally finished. And walking back to the car with everything is definitely always a workout, but so worth it. Okay, so here's my haul. I got 3 bags worth of stuff, and I spent $126. I'll add the totals once I'm editing, but I think it was pretty successful. I mean, not like my best trip, but found some good stuff. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.